Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 37 of the Dubois Podcast. You know who we are, but we are the boys, and we're so glad to see your beautiful faces. How is it going? Nice, good to hear.
Very good.
Alrighty, everybody. So we're gonna get into our music recommendations for this week. Sir Alex, are you ready to start us off?
Oh yes,
Music.
I'm sorry. You got
I like that.
DJ Zilla over it. Okay, anyway.
Hey.
No, it's DJ something or other. That's my. Don't take that,
I like
Bro, you
that.
should have said cut that.
That's my
I
producer
love
name.
it.
Cut it, bro.
DJ
something
or
or
other.
other.
You gotta
gotta
cut
wait
that
till you
now.
become a producer.
True.
No, I'm putting my stake in the sand now.
I don't know
You're
if that's enough.
patenting it?
I don't know if that's
Exactly.
enough. You gotta like patent it if
Right.
you want it. Dudes, like, you know how the
Nice.
internet is.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Words mean nothing nowadays.
Facts.
It's all
Unless
about
you got it in
contracts.
writing.
Yeah, that's what happened with like the very cutesy, very demure, like the person who started
really?
it. Yeah, they didn't copyright it or anything, and then some random dude like trademarked it, and like people were
Damn.
pissed
Is that not
about
just
it.
a word?
Well, it's
you
the
can trademark,
phrase
like,
like
yeah.
very like cutesy, very demure, like that because it
It's
became
so
such a
stupid.
But, like,
popular
could-
phrase.
Yeah, what do they
America's-
trademark it for?
America's
though?
wild.
He trademarked it to make money off it, so
Yeah,
that
so
people
he
couldn't
can
use
it as like a brand.
Yeah.
So like if you put it on a T-shirt, he owns the rights to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah. But yeah, let's get to our music recommendations. Alex, go ahead and start us off.
That's me. So my music recommendation today anyway. So
All right. I need the audience to count the amount of words it takes until he says what his song is.
Also, go back
I-
multiple episodes and see how often he
Yes.
does this.
True, absolutely, like every time. Sorry, I don't actually think about what I'm gonna say. I just,
So
My-
instead he says a whole bunch of words to fill in
exactly,
time.
to
He
like-
improvs filler.
yeah. My music recommendation today is a song called "Senses" by Miko, Young Meek. As I whoa, actually, hold on, never mind. So upon first listen through, I was like, oh, it's about like unrequited love. That's not what it's about.
Oh.
I looked up the lyrics. It's sad, low-key sadder than that, I think. So basically, like him and his significant other, partner, whatever you want to call him, like they're in love, but he recognizes that the relationship isn't what's best for. He says like her specifically, but probably both of them. But he was saying that like one day he knows that she's going to like recognize that and like leave, and to make and he's saying that like, but he'll always like the tag is like, you'll never be mine, but I'll always be yours. So like he's no matter what, he's still gonna be locked
Heard.
in. But facts, been there, brother. But yeah, it's a good song. You should listen to it. It starts off very much like another song that I won't plug right now because it's not their time. But if you know, you know. Anyway, that's my song.
Okay.
All right.
Period.
Nice. Good job.
On the complete opposite end of the spectrum is my music recommendation this week. It is T-Pain by P and Bass or Bass. I'm not.
P and Bus.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is.
It's the old dudes that rap
P&B.
on TikTok.
But they are hilarious, and this song is just so funny. It makes you want to move. It makes you want to dance, and when you hear it, like I feel like the more I hear it, the more I catch the funny things that he says, and the more I'm just like, oh my god, this song is hilarious. So make sure you guys check it out. It's very, very good. Yeah. What about you, Shawn?
About your song, it very much threw me off when I saw them on TikTok because I'm like,
Yeah.
are they actually saying these things?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
those
too.
voices and those words aren't supposed to be coming out of those old men's mouths.
No, like they're these
Oh, that
old,
song?
like
Yeah, it's those two
nicely
dudes.
dressed, like British men.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
They have a bunch of
what?
songs like that, though. It's like
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
he's talking about banging, giving a triplets. I was like,
Hell yeah.
what? Like, what?
He said it 3 times.
Yes. It was hard. Anyways,
yeah.
go ahead, Shawn.
My music recommendation is
He is.
Heavy as the Crown by Linkin Park. They dropped another song, another banger. This time, this one was used for League of Legends, so L on that.
Oh.
But W, L, but not laugh out loud, League O Legends.
Oh, legends.
L.O.L.
DL Loldel. Anyway.
Don't plug other stuff that we're not going to see any. Don't plug stuff, all right?
My fault.
Anyways, Heavy is the Crown by Linkin Park.
That's not how you spell it. Sorry. Anyway.
Very good song. Linkin Park is back, bitches. All right? It's as simple as that. And listen, all right, to my people, not my people,
To the people.
to the people
The
out
people
there
I train with.
who are still trying to make it sound like it's not Linkin Park anymore. It doesn't sound like them. She sounds different. She's a girl.
Duh.
Girls drool.
Oh, hell
No. No.
Listen, guys, at some point, we just have to be honest with ourselves. We can't let our hatred for women hold us back anymore,
What you
okay?
mean our hatred?
Stop hating women.
That's not what I I redact that.
I didn't even think about that.
He's talking crazy.
More hatred.
Yikes.
I was hoping somebody would do it. Anyways, the point is, this is very obviously a return to form for Linkin Park. And if you say otherwise, I think you need to take the time to just assess your biases and understand that just because the singer is different does not mean that the music is necessarily different. They have a slightly different sound, sure, but this song specifically is old school Linkin Park to a T. The guitar riffs, the smooth, silky M. Shinoda rap at the beginning.
Yeah.
Or you could put this on Hybrid Theory, and I'm like, hey, that's where it
Exactly,
belongs.
it would blend in entirely. And she also, fun fact, she does a 16-second scream,
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
where Chester did a 17-second one.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like
Right
and
there.
I'd like to imagine that's like a little thing of like I can come close, but I'll never be him type of thing. And I think that's respectful. I like that. It's a
Yeah.
good song. Give it a listen. And also, Chester only did the 17-second scream live twice. So don't expect that from her because it's 16 seconds. That's a long ass time
True.
to be holding that note.
Barely hold my breath.
You do it
I
then.
don't think I can hold my breath that long. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Calvin, you go ahead. I'm done yapping.
Yeah,
Or am I?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done trapping.
About
Put
time.
those days behind me.
Finally, your family has been.
I know they've been worried.
Yeah.
that's why you're a corporate boy now.
Yes, yes, sir.
My music recommendation this week is Shotgun by Elijah Fox. He is a pianist, not the other word, a pianist.
I was one of those in high school.
I bet you were.
Okay. We're not going to delve into that. The song, basically, he's just kind of singing about a relationship that is no longer, and he's kind of just saying, like, I wonder if you think of me when you're riding around because you used to sit shotgun when I drove around with you. And he's kind of just kind of that's basically the vibe of the song.
Heard.
He doesn't have a good singing voice. He doesn't sing in many of the songs he does. It's mainly just like piano tracks. But he has a good singing voice, especially towards the end of it. He's hitting some nice notes that hit the ear really good. And yeah, check him out. Back to you.
As always, you should check out our music
Oh, yeah.
recommendations this week and every other week on the
Who's doing it?
It's been a while. Dubois Music Recommendations.
playlist.
There it is.
So make sure you check it out on Spotify and YouTube or just Spotify?
Just Spotify.
On just Spotify for now. Alrighty, so for today's activity, we're gonna kind of do
Activity.
some
Yippee.
some word association. I'm gonna say a word or two, and I want you guys to say the first thing or things that come to your brains.
Mental.
Yeah, and I have. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Say pause.
I think I have like.
Oh.
You want to pause?
No. Not that kind of pause.
I have about 10 words or phrases, I guess you could say. Some of them have like 2 words, but I want to see what you guys think of when you hear them. So are you guys
See,
ready?
I'm the worst at these because having ADHD means that you have a lot of things coming through your
True.
brain.
Yeah.
So you might say something.
That's okay though. If
And
it
it's
has
gonna be
nothing
like,
to do with
I'm
the
not even
topic,
like-
that's totally fine.
So we'll see how this
All right,
goes.
boys, listen. This is where we sync up, okay? This is where we impress the
Are you
audience.
guys syncing up your periods?
Sync up.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Sync up.
I'm here for it.
Periods.
All right.
All right, ready?
Let's do it. Are you going to be like, are you going to say the word then count us down or?
Nah.
No,
Is there
you
a
can just
countdown, or
like
you're
take a
supposed to
second
shout?
and think of the first thing that like say the
Okay,
first
so we're
thing
not
that
going to
comes
say
to
it
your
at the same
brain.
time?
No, I
Oh,
mean
okay.
unless like it's immediate, like you know.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we're gonna start off a little easy. We're gonna start off with the word Utah.
Mormon.
What about you, Alex?
Mormon.
air going through his head.
I was like, what's in Utah?
Cue to Alex Braid. It's just like,
Ducks. They got
That's
ducks in
where
hotels
they're
in Utah. Disney
Oh,
Channel
yeah, I
taught
know.
me that.
All right.
oh, hell yeah.
So the next one is a person,
Mm.
and the name is Dakota.
Dickhead.
Hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Bad.
All right, and
Yeah.
Hate's a strong word, but hey.
yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of
Do
Dakota
I believe
either.
Dickhead? Do I believe that?
I do.
I don't like him, certainly. Do I believe? You know, I'll stick
I
with
do.
it. Hey, it came to brain, didn't it?
Oh, wait. I do. Anyway.
All right.
Nice. Not hey,
Anyway.
come on. There we go.
Boom.
That's me and her thing. Okay.
Oh,
All right. So it's okay. I will let you have it this one time.
That's all right. Me and
All right,
Calvin
fine.
got our.
What's your guys' thing?
Don't worry about it. My fault. That's on air. My fault. Hey.
Okay, so the next one is Swig, and for you guys, it's the soda shop that they went to.
I was gonna
gonna
look you
say
say soda.
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 Yeah.
Soda.
Soda.
Like sparkling water, a pump of coconut, like pump of pineapple,
Yeah,
a pump
there
of
you
yeah.
go.
A pump.
Pump of the pump.
All right, so the next one is another name, Whitney.
Bad.
I like that.
That's actually hate.
Bad friend.
If I say one, like 2 words really fast, could it be one word?
Yeah, go
Attention
ahead.
seeking.
That was pretty
Listen,
quick.
you can
Look.
say whatever phrase you want
Oh,
to
and
say,
it's
whatever it
phrases
comes
too?
to. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we can dive into it more,
Not
but
a fan.
I had some very colorful words when it came to Whitney.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is Demi.
Beautiful.
Bad.
See, that's how
What's
we
your
exist.
answer? Very nice.
That's how we exist on 2 separate ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
What did you say? Hot?
He said
Hot?
beautiful,
Beautiful.
he
Beautiful
said
or bad?
bad.
Sure, bad.
The other day he said that's like the word he just throws
Yeah,
out.
that's
To him,
the word he
hot,
goes
hot
to.
is above bad.
Yeah.
He just throws bad out. Like,
What about
it's
you,
not
sir? She's
Cool. One of the good ones.
one of the good ones.
She bad. She not afraid to tell how it is. I'm just like,
Confident.
damn, shorty. Confident. I like that. Anyway.
All right.
To me, if you're watching this and you want to leave Brett,
I don't know if Brett's a good guy.
What
Brett's
the fuck?
you just said beautiful. You ain't say nothing else, bro.
Damn.
He was talking all sensual to her. Why you let him do that to your girl?
Facts.
Like, God, man,
All
this
right.
man's
Let's
drinking.
carry
man.
on.
Look.
The next one is constantly crying.
Annoying.
I was gonna say Taylor.
That makes
Only
me a
because of
Taylor.
the
That
last
is
couple
true.
episodes.
That
she
is
was
true.
crying.
Yeah.
But understandable.
Mhm.
Yeah. Taylor would be my next guess.
Yeah.
Jesse.
I don't know.
Hairdresser.
Free
Stylist.
spirit.
Hairstyle.
Hairstylist.
No
Oh my
affiliation.
goodness.
Yes. No affiliate.
Fun.
Like she's cool.
She's
I
fun.
like
like
that she. Sorry. Nope.
Yeah.
This is
No
phrases
spoilers.
and
It's
yeah.
okay. It's okay. We'll go into it afterwards. Don't worry. RSV dance.
Awful. That's
that
that's
the-
the
That was
hospital
the dance that
baby.
Whitney
Oh, terrible.
Never give up. No, no, no. No, give up. No, no, no. Let me love you. I sang a song for that one because that's what makes you think
Hell
of.
yeah.
The next one is mom talk.
Get me
Why?
in.
Wow.
My bad.
Huh?
So why?
Oh. Fair.
And lastly,
Shawn didn't even say anything.
my bad. I wasn't even about to let you talk.
Mom talk. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And last, but certainly not least, Fruity Pebbles.
Delicious.
Best cereal.
Wood.
Can I changed my answer. Would.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Facts.
Respect.
Alrighty, so
Not what
for-
I was expecting.
I was like,
So for those of you who have not figured it out, today we are going to be talking about these secret lives of Mormon wives.
Bars.
It is a show that we as a collective have recently watched. We haven't watched it together, unfortunately, but we have watched, and we are coming together, and we are going to give you our thoughts and our opinions.
Just like Taylor.
Oh God. Oh God.
Zing.
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna give our opinions. We're gonna see what you guys think and let us know in the comments when you're done. See how you feel, what wives/girlfriends you liked, didn't liked, and again,
What
see how you
husbands you did or didn't like.
feel. Right.
Facts.
So I guess let's get into it. So do you want to dive into the wives first, or should we start with our ranking system first?
I feel like maybe rankings, because that'll help
Yeah.
set some things
I've
up.
developed a personal tier list.
Yes,
have
our
a ranking
lovely
list, too.
Shawn.
I have
After
names.
watching this, our lovely Shawn has come up with a tier list that he designed for was it just the wives?
The wives and the husbands.
Oh, for the wives
husbands
and
too.
for the
And the hubbies.
husbands. So we're going to get to that first, and we're going to see how we feel.
Now, I will say, this tier list is very personal because there are some extra slots that I threw in.
Oh.
So,
Oh, boy.
the
I'm
initial
interested.
prompt was least problematic to most problematic in terms of all the events of the show. But I decided to throw in a couple extra things just for me. So, we're going to start at the bottom, okay? So, the
So
top
least
is most problematic.
Okay.
And the bottom is technically not problematic, but there is one more below that. The tier all the way at the bottom,
Doesn't do anything.
Michaela. That's
Yikes.
the tier.
Yikes.
That's
Yeah.
what the tier's called, Michaela.
Yikes.
Yep.
And in that tier is
Michaela.
Michaela. And also Michaela's husband. He's in the tier as
Fair.
well.
What's
Fair.
his name? Hold on, I'll pull it up.
It is Jace. But
Nice.
did we
Jace.
ever see him?
Once.
I was gonna say I
I
didn't
don't
even remember
think-
what that man
I
looks
think it was
like.
during her
Jace.
birthday.
I feel
Jace.
like
Oh,
out
you're
of
right, you're
all
right.
of the husbands, the ones that we see the most are Demi's husband and
Brett.
Jen's husband. And then we see
Yeah.
some,
Oh, yeah.
a little
Oh,
bit
Zach.
of Macy's
Zach.
husband, but we don't see
Yeah.
much
You
of
see
him.
Jason a
Here
little
and
bit
there.
too.
Oh, and we see Dakota, but he's not a husband, so he doesn't really count.
He'd be friend.
Who?
Is it Jason?
Who's
Yeah,
Jason?
Yeah, who's?
Dakota?
I got all the husbands right here, bro. None of them
Do
say
you
Jason.
mean
Jacob,
Jace? No.
Macy's husband. Bro,
Jordan?
bro, just tell us the wife of the person you're thinking of.
Layla's not married.
Jesse's?
Jesse's
Jordan.
is
Jesse's married to
Jordan.
Jordan.
How many times? This is the third or
Yeah,
fourth time.
In the past like 40 minutes.
So yes, Michaela.
Yep.
She's
Yeah.
in the Michaela tier along with her husband because not really much presence throughout the show.
I feel
Fair.
like
True.
towards the end, like the last episode was really when she kind of like made an appearance. Like I feel
Yeah.
like throughout the
Just her
season,
birthday.
she's like a background character most of the time.
Yeah.
And then like when it was her birthday, then it was like, oh, I'm pissed off, which like as you fucking should be, girly, because I'd be pissed off too.
A lot of Michaela's scenes are
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Or just like I don't know if that was nice of Whitney or something like
yeah,
that.
like,
Right.
yeah, literally that's it. So Michaela, hey, listen, you have time to bring it back in season 2,
True.
right? But
Yeah.
for now, you're in the Michaela tier. Now we're moving on to not problematic. First up in, or I guess top of not
Can I make a
problematic.
guess?
Yes.
I think
Layla?
I was just gonna say
No.
her.
Oh,
Really?
There's 2 ahead of her.
Two ahead of her.
Yes, because the
For not
husbands are
probab-
also in this.
Oh,
just
so you
keep
did them all together, not
Oh.
Yeah, I did
separate.
them all together. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Never mind.
Right.
No.
Damn it.
Not problematic. Top. Do you want to give a guess?
Not problematic.
Husbands and wives.
I'll be honest. My not problematic.
I'm
My
trying to
top
think
one
'cause
may be
they're all kind of
controversial, but not for me.
You like Connor?
No.
Okay.
I'd say maybe
Connor.
no. I don't know.
At the top of not problematic is Jordan, because Jordan is based. He's like, listen.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah. Jordan's
He's like,
cool.
I'm just a guy.
No, yeah, true.
He's like, I'm just a
Just
guy.
a
I just want to drink with
dude.
my bros.
Yeah,
and,
bros.
and I love my wife.
Yeah.
I think. And
No, he does.
Yeah. So
guy who
Respect
loves his
it.
wife.
Yes, sir.
Jordan. Next up is Jacob. is Jacob
Oh,
because
Macy's
I think he had one scene.
Yeah.
He's in two things. It was like it was some like get together where they ate, and it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just Jacob, Macy's husband.
Yeah.
Walks by.
Yep. And then when he was like talking to her about whether or not Macy should tell Taylor the
Yeah.
Dakota
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And him, he's handsome. He dresses well. And he's cool. So he's in Not Problematic. Next up in Not Problematic is Layla.
Hey.
She's chill. She's vibe.
Layla, she had screen presence, but she never used that time to be, weird or
She's chilling.
she's
She's
just
such
she's
a
kind of chilling,
baby.
going with
As
the
a-
flow.
As a 22-year-old, like she was like the most
Honestly,
mature,
yeah.
which is crazy.
She was
Whenever I
the one that
remember,
acted the
yeah.
most like an adult.
Yeah.
Whenever I remember that, like, there were, like, a range of, like, some of them were younger than us. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
wild.
really got
Yeah.
me is that like some of them are like young women. I'm like,
Well, I
holy
couldn't picture
man.
myself being 22 hanging out with a 32-year-old.
That's what I was saying.
I couldn't picture
Also having a
myself being
kid.
having two kids.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
that's true.
And being divorced,
yeah,
like
true, actually.
No.
That's crazy.
Next up in Not Problematic, the last of the Not Problematic tier is Macy.
I like Macy.
Macy is in
I like it.
competition with Demi for my number one favorite spot.
Same.
I
I like
get it.
Macy a lot. She's
You gotta
largely
have a blonde and a
unproblematic.
brunette.
Huh?
You gotta have a blonde and a brunette.
Oh, true. Low key.
One of each.
Wow, I didn't realize. Low key. But yeah, Macy. She was doing a lot of dick riding during the show.
Yeah, yep.
She was doing spins on Taylor, and then all of a sudden started doing spins on Whitney, and then
Yeah,
started going back to Taylor and started to be
Yeah.
normal.
but I feel
So,
like
that's why she's at
Whitney
the
was
bottom
in
of
her
Not
ear.
Problematic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I was
like
gonna say she seems like a friend that like she wants to be friends with everyone and tries to look
Yeah.
out for everyone that's in the friend group.
Yeah.
But sometimes it kind of puts her in an awkward spot where there's like
Mm-hmm.
you got Whitney and Taylor that got their whole thing going on, and then Whitney versus everyone, and she's still
Yeah.
kind of like the only one that's still a friend with Whitney.
right, and
So
it seems
I
like
don't know.
the mentality with Whitney is like you're either with me or you're against me. So she's like
Yeah, she
looks
made that
at
clear.
her being friends with Taylor like, oh, you're evidently against me, and so like now we're not friends anymore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which sucks.
Unfortunate. But yeah,
You got
so
their
there's
pictures?
so there's Macy. If you want to make a claim that her, and her and Dakota's whole thing was something that leads toward her being somewhat problematic, that's why I put her toward the bottom of not problematic. But personally, I get
don't
where it comes
know.
from.
I don't
she's
think-
doing the right thing.
Yeah, she's trying to do right by her friend, so I can't I'm not gonna take points away for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, at the end of the day, like she's being a girl's girl.
Yeah.
You know, like
Respect.
she easily could have like not said anything. Could have said something to the other girls. Could have not told Taylor. Like it is unfortunate, but at the end of the day, like especially knowing that like her history and like what she's been through and like losing her child's father and all that stuff. That like knowing that it makes sense as to why she has the feelings that she does. And like I can see being an outsider how those things can trigger her. And I'm like, okay, like I get it. You know, you're looking out for your friend who not only is 9-8 months pregnant, but like who also has 2 other children. Like, you know, like this isn't just like somebody who's, this is their first baby. Like she has other kids. She has lives that she's responsible for. So like she's being a girl's girl. She's being her friend and being like, hey, like I don't know how accurate this is, but this is what I got. And at the end of the day, like I would want to know if it was me. Not that it ever would be, but like I would want to know.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, that's the last of that tier. Next tier.
Problematic. Damn.
A little bit problematic.
I feel like there wasn't a lot of husbands so far. So I'm
Next tier
curious.
is the Brett tier.
Oh, yeah.
My
He has his
goat.
own tier.
Yeah,
For real,
Brett's-
he
yeah.
was pretty based.
Brett, that's my guy.
Facts.
Why? I don't know. I just like his vibe.
Yeah, no, he's cool.
Well, I think for it is like he's like cool with Demi kind of doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But he also like helps her out and then kind of like knows the drama.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
You
it
just seeing
seems
him
He
like
seems like
interact.
a very supportive husband.
Yeah.
Like
it was
he
funny
for sure.
watching him make the charcuterie board and then have to
That
keep
was
stopping.
so
Yeah.
cute. I was like, what a good
Yeah.
man. Like helping her for Valentine's. Like he knows he's not going to be there. He does no part of it. But like he's still, she's getting ready. Like it was so sweet.
So yeah, so Brett, my goat, that's the tier he goes in. Now we're on to a little problematic. a little problematic.
bit.
This is the middle tier of the thing.
Little.
At the top of a little problematic, we have my goat, my queen. Brett's my goat. She's my
Demi.
queen. Demi.
Yeah.
She's at the top of a little problematic because arguably, I
little
feel like
bit.
that's where she's.
Yeah.
I was
She
gonna say,
had some
'cause-
stuff because she was talking a lot of shit about Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
admittedly. She was a little bit of a shit polka.
But here's the thing I was gonna say is I know people are gonna be like, but she was in all this drama. Being in drama doesn't make you problematic. It's your role in the drama.
Yeah.
Realistically, her feelings about the whole Taylor thing are kind of valid because it's like something she saw, something she felt in the moment.
Yeah.
It was also her words being taken like months after they were said and being thrown to Taylor like, hey, this is what she said
Out of
about
nowhere,
you. Which realistically, I get why she would say those things because I would feel the same way.
a little
And
trashy.
she stood on business too.
Her whole thing with Whitney, kind of realistic.
Based.
Whitney was being insane.
Yeah.
I don't think she had beef with really anyone else besides like them two.
Yeah, it was mostly
So like I feel like it was kind of
yeah.
justified, which is why I'm gonna say like I get why she's not
She
that
had
problematic.
she had light beef with with Jen Affleck. Light beef.
Yeah,
Or
that's true.
she's too Mormon or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So you sound
Yeah.
too
Based.
Mormon.
based. Next up, middle of a little problematic tier is none other than Jessie, the fun one.
She's saying
she's
things.
like she'll kind of like get into it a little bit. She'll like do a little bit of snap
She's
here
messy.
and
Stir the
there.
pot.
She's
Yeah, a
You know,
little
messy.
bit.
stir the pot, that type of thing.
Messy.
But otherwise, like she's just she's reacting to stuff, for the most part. She's great.
I love when she's like doing Demi's hair and they're talking about her not being invited.
Yeah.
Call her up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, I think I like Jessie a little
Yeah,
bit.
low key. Yeah, for me, Jessie felt like a Demi. At first, she felt like a Demi lackey a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, when she
especially
was
when
like,
she was
"You're a
saying,
leader."
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was gonna
That especially,
say.
I was like,
Oh, boy.
I was like,
Oh my God.
chill,
Especially
chill.
her like being older than to me. I'm kind of like, why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Yeah, low key.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, but hey, Jessie, I still love you, so that's all that matters.
I think she's for sure funny. One thing I like about like Demi and Jessie is that I feel like both of them are very like they stand on what they say. Like Demi, although she said some not nice things about Taylor, she stood on it and she's like, yeah, I said that, but I said that then, and like it's now being thrown in my face. Like I feel like the way she articulated herself, it wasn't the best, but I think she handled it really well. Like if that was me and all these women were coming at me and like saying all this stuff to me and all that, I would have been a mess. I would have been crying. I would not have been able to be as confident. And like the way she spoke, like you could tell she's like, you're not gonna push me around, and I respect that fully through and through from her. But continue.
100%, I agree. The last person in the a little problematic tier is none other than the queen herself, Jen Affleck.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's
I can
in this
understand
tier
that.
mostly because there was that whole snafu with her
Baby blessing.
the baby blessing thing.
Yep.
Baby
Yeah.
Where
Not
she-
inviting
baby
people.
She
blessing.
straight up told them like, yeah, I would love for you guys to come here. This is the date and time. And they're like, say less, we're going to put it on our
Yeah.
calendars. And then whenever they call her on it, she's like, I never told you that. And then
Yeah.
it cuts to the
Crazy.
footage of
No,
her
it
saying
turns
it.
to Zach isn't really like friends with your husbands yet. It's
Yeah,
like,
so-
all
I
right.
think
Yeah.
that's such bullshit.
Come on.
Like I feel like she definitely was dodging the way that she answered it, and like you can kind of tell like there's more behind it, but it was such BS. It's like, don't invite me somewhere and then rescind my invite because I don't fit up to your religious standards.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
Like-
even rescinded. It was just not
Yeah.
even told.
Yeah, it was
Well,
like-
yeah,
they
and
would've
it
went
wasn't
there
even,
without knowing.
that too. Like they wouldn't have even known. Like they would have just thought the day of like, oh, like it's a party, we're gonna go, and then like, just kidding, you're not fucking invited.
Yeah.
You don't know the address. Like no.
So that's why she's at the bottom of that tier, because I feel like in the a little problematic tier, she's had the least shit stirring and stuff like that. So she was more of a victim than anything, if I'm being
Yeah,
real.
honestly.
The next tier, I'm going to say who's in it, and then I'm going to tell you the name of the tier. The person who's in it is Connor.
Is it the Connor tier?
Is it like
Barely involved. I don't know.
no offense? It's just kind of his role, and that was edited and portrayed, but it's like lackey tier.
Not exactly.
Wacky
Nope.
tier.
Would you like to take a guess? If not, it's fine.
Zesty.
Zesty
Close.
tier.
Close.
Really?
The tier is called hiding something.
Ooh.
In parentheses, I know what you are.
Oh,
Oh my god.
And that's all I'm going to say on that. Connor, I know what you are.
Oh.
Next, the best tier, the top tier, most problematic.
yeah.
At the top, and I'll work my way from the bottom of this tier. At the bottom of most problematic is Whitney.
Wait, so
Bottom.
So the least of the most
Really?
problematic.
Yeah. This was listen.
That's
a lot of
hot
this.
take
A
because
lot of this
I
is pretty close.
despise
I
her.
kind of get because like in the end there's some stuff that happens with people where I'm
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
pretty problematic, and a lot of like towards the end it's just Whitney doing her shit in her house.
Yeah, because here's the
Yeah.
thing: Whitney is problematic with the girls.
Yeah.
A lot of these other people are problematic with kind of everybody around.
general.
So
Yeah.
I guess I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I feel like she just triggered me, so that's why I didn't.
no,
like
I
her
get
as
it.
much.
Hey, listen, I get it. At the end of the day, she's still in the most problematic.
You could
tier, so.
literally ask Calvin. Like every single episode we watched, I was cursing her out the entire time she was
I get
on
it.
the screen. I literally had so many mean things to say about her, and like it was horrible because like I was triggered. But like nothing against Whitney as a person. I just didn't like the mean girl like portrayal that was going on.
It's the mean girl, but then like
Also a
retreat
crybaby.
and act like
Yeah.
yeah,
so
like
sorry.
it's like I'm gonna be
Okay.
mean and I'm gonna like throw stones at you, but then I'm gonna hide. Hey, I'm watching. I'm
Yeah.
not
listening.
saying that.
Don't touch him.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't. It was. I would never. Not when she's in the room, at least. But yeah, she was very much just like the kid who would like push you over, but then when you push them back, they go tell the teacher type.
Right.
type.
Or the
So, like,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, crybaby and attention seeking. Anyways, next up, right
Period.
above Whitney is Dakota. Dakota, he sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
yeah, no,
His
I'm not a fan
behaviors
at
are
all.
Taylor
wonky.
above Dakota.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy.
Really?
Yes, I am. 100%.
What?
Yes.
All right, I'm curious.
100 million billion %.
I hope she's not
wow.
number one because I feel like there's
No,
a number one.
Well, I spoiled it, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah, Dakota's up next because I forget why I don't like him very much, but I know at the end of it, well, the whole like what was the girl's name? Jill?
Jenna.
Jenna. There's the whole
Jenna.
potential Jenna thing that may or may not be true. And there was just a lot of stuff that he was doing throughout. There was a whole like during the trip, him like showing up and
So
being controlling
uncalled
and
for.
all this other stuff.
He's the kind of guy where like he kind of pushes boundaries, like the whole like labia's only thing, and he's like tries to make a joke
Yeah.
to try and make it like
I got one of those.
yeah, like like it's like
It's
Take-
like
take
no,
the hint, buddy.
shut the
Like-
fuck
Yeah.
up.
It's
We
like, you're not
don't
supposed
like
to be here,
you.
gang. Just stop. Stop it. Next up, Taylor. Taylor is right above Dakota in most problematic because Taylor is problematic with the girls. She's problematic with Dakota. She's problematic with her parents. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Also, but yeah, she. So
I mean,
was she
plus
that
her
problematic
history
with the girls, though?
beforehand.
I mean,
in the
She
beginning,
kind of was just like
kinda-
doing her thing. She was being pregnant.
That's what I'm saying.
She was
Towards
kind of
the-
being pregnant the whole episode.
Towards the
I
end,
don't-
I didn't
I
mind
don't-
her as much.
I don't
but
see the whole lot. Well, what do you mean by being pregnant?
Like she kind of was just
she's
like,
chilling
there.
just
Yeah,
being pregnant.
yeah.
'Cause
With the
I feel
girls,
like
at least.
a lot
with
of the-
Taylor, with Dakota and like her parents, yes. But
Like,
like
'cause-
with the girls, she was kind of just.
When we were watching it, at some point I was like, I can't believe that, like, because
Yeah.
Taylor, I offer it first episode, I was like, I don't like you. I don't like
Really?
the vibes you give. Yeah, because
Damn.
I just don't
I
like
liked her in the
he
first
was
episode.
the
not a
decisions she
fan.
makes, the like things, the way she like expects people to like kind of be like, oh, you did this, okay, like no, like she gets upset or feels weird when someone like disagrees with like the things she's done, and it reminds me of people. So like I don't want to like I don't know, it's a weird association, but at the same time, like as the thing kind of like the show kind of continued, I was like, wow, she's actually not that terrible to
Yeah.
like the other girls. I mean,
Yeah.
her thing with Whitney is in my opinion kind of one-sided. Whitney's kind of just being
Yeah.
mean to her
Yeah.
while she's like, hey, can we just figure this
It's
out
because
so we
Whitney
can be
wants
friends?
to be
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
But I
Meanwhile,
just
she was like, I'm having a baby.
yeah, besides that, like I don't, and like her whole thing with Dakota, that is also I would
Yeah.
say
That's a large
that's
contributor.
that's
to why
that's,
she's
that's,
as high as she
the
is.
main reason why I would see she's problematic. But her stuff with the girls, I don't see much like happening with that.
It's
except
been a
for
bit
Whitney.
since I've seen the show, like a week.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. So I'll have an update by next episode if I've changed my mind. But for right now, I know when I was making it, I put her up there because I remember there being some stuff with the girls as well. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now.
I think she's in the right
There was
category.
Yeah.
I just
yeah,
don't think
right,
the-
right category,
Yeah.
not necessarily the
Yeah.
right placement. But that's where she is for now.
Yeah, I'll give her a little bit of credit though, because like her not just committing to Dakota is a big thing. Because
That's
like
actually one
when you
reason
said
why I think she's
Dakota,
up there.
the
Yeah.
one reason why I don't like Dakota is because I feel like he's trying to force her into marriage. And he like is very big on the whole like making her submit to him and like obey
Yeah, that's
him
great.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
I-
that. And like I
Hearing
really
that
don't
every
like
time.
that terminology. Yeah, I'm not a fan
Yeah,
of that
no.
terminology, and like the fact that he's just like, we need to get married and you need to submit to me, and like she's pregnant. Like if she wants to wait, let her wait. Let her have this baby. Let her focus on like giving birth and recovering afterwards, and then you can talk about getting married. Like, don't try to force her to get married now while she's pregnant and all hormonal and doesn't really know what she's doing, and then thinking that you're going to get this submissive housewife that does whatever you want, because it's not going to happen.
I just want to say something about the whole like submitting and having a baby thing. I don't understand, and this is for like multiple religions, not just Mormons, but if a baby is conceived, I don't think it should at that point matter if they're going to carry the baby full term that they get married, so that way it's not out of wedlock.
Yeah,
it already
doesn't
happened.
matter.
It already happened. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just because you got married,
it's already kind of out of wedlock.
Exactly. Like, I don't see why marriage saves the baby and saves
Yeah.
everything. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Was
to
committed
me.
beforehand. So
Yeah, like
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That whole thing, every time I hear it, I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, because he
that's
was
dumb.
very big on like wanting her to commit to him and like marry him and like obey him, and I was like,
Yeah.
ew, that's
I
so
hate the word
old.
choices. I don't like.
Yeah, I hate
the
that
whole
word
like
choice.
submitting, obeying, all that bullshit, that's cringe and lame and dumb. However, I do think her not wanting to commit to him is part of my reason why she's so problematic. Because like, you're with this dude,
Yeah.
you refuse to break up with him,
Yeah.
you refuse to commit to him fully,
But you're having a baby.
but you're
with
having
him.
his baby. You wanted him to move in. All this stuff, but you're just afraid to like make that step and like pull the trigger. If it has to do with the controlling shit, I get it to an extent.
Right.
But it's like
But if that's the feeling,
at that
why
point
be
you
in the
gotta
relationship?
just cut him off.
Yeah, just leave it.
Also, like one thing is that she's like holding over him the whole like
Yeah.
him sleeping with someone before they like officially got together. When like according to him at least, I wasn't there, so I don't know. And she didn't refute it. So according to him at least, she said that was okay for them to
Yeah.
do their own
Yeah,
thing.
it
Because
Her
sounds
thing was
like-
that he did his thing with her, and then that same night or next night did his thing with
no,
Taylor.
so-
then,
He
then
was
he
with
lied
her
about it,
for
too.
a week and then
Did he?
That
slept
was
with
her thing.
another girl
Yeah.
and then came back to
That was her thing.
and
She
then
said-
didn't
no,
say
yeah, because it was the
anything.
whole like
Like, oh, I'm going out with my bros, and then
I'm going out with my
plans
bros.
to hang
Yeah.
out with you,
So-
but then he went and
Yeah.
did what he
Yeah.
did. So that's
However,
why she was- yeah.
I don't. Did he ever explicitly say like that he like lied about that? Because
He also didn't refute that either, though.
Yeah, he didn't refute that.
That's true,
She
okay.
called him out on it during like them talking about it and Macy being in the room, but he didn't like
Yeah.
say anything back. He
What a
Which-
sucker.
That
He just kind of kept the
His
easiest
whole
lie in the
thing was
world.
like,
I'll show
I
my
said
bros
I
and then
didn't
shorty
cheat.
came up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Easiest lie in the world.
Yeah.
Lame.
But at least he's honest, I guess.
I'll ball my
No.
bros.
But yeah, that part. How do I
part.
feel about that part? That part.
That part.
If they're not committed to each other, is him lying a bit of a D-bag move? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it such a god-awful, terrible thing to where, like, you, like, keep that as, like, a permanent strike on someone's record?
I don't
You
think
either,
it should be.
I don't
you
think it's tough.
either accept it and you move on, or you can accept it and you can't move on.
Yeah.
And she is not accepting it but trying to move on.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's
You
where the
can't.
disconnect is
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can't do that. She wants to, like, it's constantly a reminder in her head. She's constantly
She
thinking
says that
about
too.
it. Right. Every time she probably looks at him, she thinks about him cheating and what he did. But then, like, she's also like, but I can't say anything because he was right, because I said that he could do it. So then technically he's right. So then she's fighting herself, and it's like, you can't move on if you're going to keep doing this, like, back and forth, especially now that you're pregnant, having a kid, like, you already have children,
That's
like
the
that.
thing that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Why would you let this dude get you pregnant? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Okay, so this might be like a hot take, and maybe it's just because I'm Delulu and I've read and listened to too many Reddit stories, but I wonder
about
if he baby trapped her
But even then, why you letting him hit it raw?
because she's stupid, or
Hey,
either
Hey,
that,
wild
or
side.
she didn't know, or he poked a hole, or
Put
like
charges
my-
on that boy. He's
My
definitely moving up
brain
to the
is
top at
like
that point.
thinking of like all these different scenarios, because like realistically anything like that could have happened. He's so adamant about wanting
Yeah.
her to marry him and submit to him and blah 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 blah, and it's like you're so adamant about
It's almost
wanting
like
these
seal the
things,
deal.
right?
Yeah.
And you think maybe a baby will do that, and it's like she's like, haha, it's actually not.
You
like
thought.
fucking
Yes and no,
motherfucker.
because like he said, like all these things are happening. Yeah, she's not committing to him, but at that point, you're holding all this like kind of against him, and all you're doing really is just straining the relationship consistently
Yeah.
to the point where like you're not going to be able to move on. He's not going to be able to move on. So at that point, like, you should drop the relationship. It's
Yeah.
not worth it. Like, you're already technically raising 2 kids, not on your own, because obviously the husband probably does, you know, has like custody or whatever, like
it's
part time.
I think it's like joint custody or something.
Yeah, but like, no, like I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's worth staying with someone to have the baby and like expect them to step up when they're already not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, or at least in your eyes, they're not.
Because that's the
doing
thing.
it.
It's like it seems like Dakota wants to be there for her,
Yeah.
but she's not letting him because she doesn't want to commit to him. So that's why I'm like, there's only like realistically, there's only like 2 pathways here.
Yeah.
It's either you commit or you bow out. So
Yeah.
why don't you just do that? Because
Wow.
it doesn't even feel like she really likes him like that.
No.
No.
With the way that
it
she, like,
kind
talks
of,
about him.
like, from my perspective, it looked like she was over the relationship
Yeah.
during her pregnancy because,
Mm-hmm.
like, when I think it was Macy made the comment about, like, don't you ever just get annoyed with him or, like, sick of him or something like that. And she's like, yeah, all the time. And she's
Well,
like,
no, I think it's just like, aren't you miserable?
yeah, that's what it was. She's like,
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
you miserable? And Taylor straight up said yes. Like, this girl, like, obviously she's very pregnant. Like, that maybe contributes to it. But, like, you know it's deeper than that. Like,
Yeah.
that's not what Macy was asking. Macy was asking, like, are you happy in your relationship? And Taylor clearly said no. Like, she's not happy. She's miserable. She doesn't love him. It honestly looks like she is disgusted by him. Every time she looks at him, it looks like she's just, like, reminded of what he did. And she's just icked out.
Yeah, not to like theorize people's lives, but I feel like what happened was like after the whole swinger thing, she wanted to kind of like come back into like the Mormon church and try to start over. And because
Yeah.
like she met Dakota along the way, she got pregnant along the way. She's like, I'm already on this path of like trying to like be Mormon again and like follow those principles. She kind of feels like she needs to be with him. She doesn't have to marry him, but she's like,
Right.
I have to like follow this through because he is,
Yeah.
you know, the father of the child I'm going to have.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, all that does is just hurt both of them.
Yeah, and eventually the kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like you were brewing something over there.
Oh no, what was I thinking about? Damn.
Was it about the
It'd be like
miserable
that.
comment?
I think it like stemmed from that. Damn. It's crazy.
Cats distracted
Yep.
you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Raymond's cats.
Pulled his
This is
attention.
Raymond's
True,
ones.
true. Raymond, yeah. Raymond, get these cats. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember. If it comes back to me, I'll say
All right,
it.
just
but-
shout it out.
yeah.
I forgot we still got
yeah,
more,
we still got
more
one
of
more.
this
Yeah,
tier list to
true.
go.
But yeah, so my
we saved the worst
conclusion-
for last.
My conclusion, at least, is that Taylor has a lot of stuff she has to figure out. For the record,
Yeah.
I like Taylor.
I actually do too now.
Yeah, same.
At the
Yeah.
beginning, I did not like her at all. But towards the end, I was like, wow, I can't believe it's totally swapped.
Yeah, it's just that there's a lot of things that like just I'm not a huge fan of with her actions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I got it.
I think she doesn't
needs
like
some-
think before she makes said actions.
Yes.
But as a person, like she's cool.
I think she
Yeah.
also just needs to look inwards and
Yeah,
figure
yeah,
herself
absolutely.
out before she continues with anything else going
Yeah.
on in her life.
now the most problematic person.
The
Yes,
worst
There's only
of the
one left.
worst.
Yep.
It is Zach.
True.
Affleck.
What?
You gotta
What?
make
Ben
sure
Affleck's
you
cousin.
say his
Yeah.
last name.
No, I'm not giving him that respect. I'll give it to Jen Affleck all day.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving it to
Jen
Zach's
Affleck.
dumbass. All I'm saying is
Ben, get your cousin.
what a
True.
worthless
Yep.
human being.
Yep.
I could not imagine claiming to be in love with someone just to use that against them, like especially with like the kids involved and stuff
Yep.
like that, just to like basically not let her be her own person and
Yeah.
not let her do the things, especially when she's the provider in the household.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy wasted all of his medical school money and now he wants to go back all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So it's like
She's the
I
main
just don't-
provider, and
yeah.
he said he doesn't care about her income.
yeah, he said verbatim,
Like, I don't
like,
care.
he's
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
He
It's like, what the
doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck about mom talk.
I really don't like. It's not even that. I don't think he gives a fuck about his wife.
Like her.
No.
Yeah.
She's
Absolutely not.
She's just a provider
She's
for the
just
kids.
a
and
vessel.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way he talks to her.
No.
It's really
gross.
disgusting.
During
Like,
during the Chippendales debacle,
Yeah.
before they actually went to the show, whenever he was saying that he didn't like that she was going to go or whatever, I was giving a little bit of grace. I was like, I wouldn't give a fuck.
he's
But I can
voicing his
understand why he's
feelings,
saying
which is
that.
okay. He's just
Are
like,
you
hey,
gonna?
like, I'm not really a big
I'm
fan
waiting
of
for
this.
you
like-
to say it.
But he's already like
Scared.
letting her go.
No, go ahead. I'm
I'm
waiting for
scared.
you. No, I feel like I know what you're gonna say, and I'm in support of you if it's what you're gonna say. But if not, then I'm gonna
Oh
say it.
no! All right. Just keep it loaded because I don't know.
I got you.
Anyways, I was giving him a little bit of grace, but then his reaction
Exactly.
to just her
Or stepping in the building.
being there.
Did she,
Yeah.
Did she participate in the oil?
I don't remember
No.
seeing any. No, she was like,
No.
oh no,
She
this is like
actively-
weird for me.
Yeah.
She stood to the side.
I'll be honest. Even if she participated in the oiling, who cares? Like,
No.
at the end
honestly,
of the
yeah.
day, she was like, "I'm not comfortable with this. I'm
Yeah.
leaving the
Yeah.
building. I'm gonna go home with my homegirl, and we're just gonna chill." And this dude had the nerve to like freak out on her,
Yeah.
make her cry, make her leave early. It's disgusting. It's
Yep.
gross. I really don't like people like that.
Yeah.
Like this is a time for her to spend with her girlfriends
Yep.
to like have fun.
They weren't even supposed
not
to be
worry. They weren't even supposed to be
Yeah.
there.
him,
either.
him
Yeah.
or Dakota. They weren't supposed to be a part of that.
Yeah,
trip
no,
at
yeah.
all.
It was a
the
girls'
fact that they
trip.
went on the trip. I don't believe Dakota when he says it's in
No.
case she goes to labor.
No,
I don't
definitely.
believe him.
No.
But I will at the very least extend the potential of it being the case. But Zach has absolutely no reason to be there.
No,
His
what?
reason is
Just to gamble. Even though
Right.
I don't newsflash, buddy, that's also against the Mormon religion. So like, and then no, it's really funny
That's
whenever he
fine.
was like, "Oh, if I lose all this money, I won't gamble till the end of the year."
Like halfway through the year.
And and I was like, it's like October. Probably.
Yeah.
No.
And the
But-
fact that she's like, yeah, no, I'll give you $5,000 to gamble.
No,
but
and
that's it.
that's
I'm
the
like,
thing. Like,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like holy.
that's the thing is like she
But the-
does everything to like make him happy. The least you could do is not blow up at her when she's not even doing the thing that you
No.
don't want her
But
to do.
Yeah.
he had the audacity, which I'm surprised you didn't mention.
I was getting ready to
He
say it.
had the fucking audacity to say to her beforehand, "Oh, you must want to be married and divorced
Yep.
with 2
Yeah,
kids."
single
Or
mother.
divorce.
Yeah.
Excuse
Single mother with two, yeah.
What?
the fuck out
Like-
of me. When those words came out of his mouth, I tell you, I was ready to jump through that goddamn screen. Oh
I
my
was like-
God.
it's like-
When he said that, and he didn't say it jokingly,
Yeah.
he said it
No.
straight.
That's the thing,
He
is it-
basically was saying, "Bitch, I'm gonna divorce you and leave you as a single mom with 2 kids if you
If
don't
you
do
go
what
to
the fuck I
Chippendales.
want." Like, what
What
the
a-
hell?
What a loser!
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if he said it as a joke, whatever, I don't care. But like,
No, but he was serious.
he
You
was
could
like being
tell.
for real, and like her
Yeah.
reaction to it, you could tell that this is probably something he's like threatened
Said
before.
before.
Oh,
yeah.
most
It's
definitely.
not the
Yeah.
first time he said
Yeah.
that to her. If he's so comfortable saying that to her when there's a fucking camera
Yeah.
in his face like
True.
this, what is he saying to her behind
Yeah.
closed doors?
Yeah.
Like,
there was all that nonsense. I didn't like him. I wasn't a fan.
Nope.
And then at the end of it, whenever she says, "Oh, I'm the provider of the household," I was like, "Where the fuck? What?" I thought he at the very least was the guy bringing in most of
No.
the income.
No,
No,
he's
that was like-
not
No,
No,
she said that.
working.
She said that when
Yeah.
they went to their first
Earlier,
girls trip.
yeah.
Oh, I
But
wasn't
she
even
was
listening
she
to
was
that
talking
part.
to Jesse, I think, and she's
I was
like,
probably so
"Oh,
mad at her.
yeah." She's like, "No, like I provide everything."
Yeah.
You know, she's like,
Yeah.
"I
he
paid for him
does
to go to
not
medical
work.
school."
He's
Oh
only
my
in
God.
school, and
Because
the
of her.
money that his family had given him to last them to kind of ease the burden of him being in school, he gambled
Yep.
and
Yeah.
he lost
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And he does
Exactly.
all that, and then like after the whole like Chip and Dale debacle and everything, he's like, "Yeah, no, I think we should go to New York and get a fresh start." Like,
On the
bro,
other
you're-
side of the country.
you're already in the wrong, and you're
Yeah.
now trying to like
Yeah.
once again bring her to do what you
Yeah.
want to do.
That's insane.
When she's the
Zach's
provider doing mom
mindset
talk.
is Zach. That's
Yeah.
it. Like,
But-
he literally looks at her like she's nothing. Like, he's like, "Oh, you just gave me my children and that's it. Like, you're below me because of whatever. Like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
And you're fucking horribly blonde hair." Like, ugh.
True.
But like that's the thing is that like in his like pursuit of like keeping her away from like other influences and isolating her and stuff like that, he's also like messing up his own like he's like trying to move away. I'm assuming like in the middle of a school year or whatever, and like just like messing up like his bag.
Well, no, he's
potential
going
bag.
to New York to go to medical school.
Oh, I thought he was
Honestly,
already
though-
going.
No,
Well,
no.
he was doing some stuff. I think he now
Okay,
has to go
okay.
over there.
Who the
for
fuck
something
would
else.
want him as their goddamn doctor?
Also true.
Because he
Also true.
probably did like his bachelor's and is now going to medical
Oh,
school.
He's,
okay,
he's in
okay.
residency now in New York.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Even then, it's like all your family stuff is back there too, and you're doing all that just to like, I guess for school, but also like to isolate her again.
But it's like she had
Yeah.
valid
kinda gross.
concerns about like her leaving and mom talk. Like, mom talk is her income. Like, that's how
Yeah.
she makes
Yeah.
her money. She's a social
For
media
both of them.
influencer. She has brand deals. Like, that is how she makes her money. That's how she takes care of her home and her family. So for him to just be like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you expect her to still take care of a home and a family, and you, while you're in residency, and be able to survive, especially in New York? New York is like one of the most expensive
Yeah.
states. Like, how do you expect her to provide if she's not a part of mom talk anymore? Like,
Yeah.
You gambling the money away.
And
And not only
exactly.
that, he's like isolating her basically.
That's-
Because like he's
and
taking her
that's
away
what
from
I
her
don't
friends
fucking like.
and family, and it's just gonna be them in New York with their kids. You're uprooting your kids as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also like you guys are rich.
Yeah,
If you want to go to New York and then fly back for the weekend, you could do that.
true.
So like, it's
yeah, but that's not what he wants to do.
No.
So that's not what
Just
they're
want
gonna
her
do.
around those other harlots.
Yeah, but I also do think like Jen needs to like come to terms with like
Yeah,
Who
how
her
he
husband
is and
is.
understand that that's him, because
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
when her friends were telling her this, she was like half believing it but half also like, no, like he's not, that's not really who he
Yeah.
is, like I know him. And it's like, you don't, like
But
you, you know what you think he is,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry, but that's not what he is. He's a toxic man who like does not treat you right, does not treat your friends right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt he treats his own family right.
True.
But like
Right.
it's super toxic, and like I know you already have 2 kids and you're married, but like that's not a situation you want to be in forever.
it's in the blood, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
I think what it is that she feels the need to have to defend him, because like even when Jesse and Demi were having that call with her, like she was kind of like, oh, like he doesn't want it, blah blah blah, and
Well,
then like he
he
got
was
on
in
the
the room.
phone,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah.
he got on the phone, and she still felt the need to talk for him and be like, oh, well, like he's not the biggest fan of your husband's, and like he kind of made it to where instead
don't
of
talk
him,
about Brett like that.
but no, but
Or
instead of
Jordan.
him as the man being like, hey, like this is how I feel and explaining himself, I feel like the girls would have taken it better. She was just like, actually, no, like I'm just gonna talk
Oh, he
for
did
him
jump
and like
in when it wasn't convincing.
Yeah,
right. But I mean, like I feel like he kind of expects her to just like defend him, and so like when people are coming at him, her first thought is like, I have to defend my husband, because especially if he sees on TV I'm not defending him, then like I can't imagine what's said to her, like, oh, I'm gonna divorce you, I'm gonna leave you with the kids, or I'm gonna take the kids, because I feel like honestly Zach's the type of dude that's gonna take the kids and then try to get alimony from her, child support from her, like he's gonna try and get money out of her while having his family or somebody else raise the children.
This is a lot of conjecture on my part. I feel like Zach is low key like the runt of the litter of his family.
I feel
so
like
now
that.
that he's in a position of power, he's got like a Napoleon
He's like
complex.
the-
where,
yeah,
like, he-
the
like that's how it
entitled
feels
brat.
to me.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he also was probably raised like his family. I feel like operates the way that he
Oh,
operates,
100%.
based on like the stuff that like Jesse said about like him and his family. Even like Jen was like when they were outside in the hot tub drinking and stuff. She's like, yeah, no, like Zach's parents are really like I forgot. I think she said conservative was the word. Like they don't like these things, and like you definitely see it reflect from him. Like
Yeah.
he is like an embodiment of what his family probably is. I feel as well.
like I said, it runs in the blood.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like I feel like he thinks of himself as like high and God Almighty, and although like Jen is the main provider, she is the breadwinner, she's the one bringing in the income, he's like, I still am king in my household regardless.
But I think that's also like, and not, I didn't want to get into this, but like, I feel like it's kind of
Yeah.
hard not to, given what we're talking about. But I feel like he kind of represents like the toxic side of like Mormon. Is it Mormonism?
Mormonism,
Mormonism, because like a lot of it seems like it's the male, and the man is like the head of the house,
Yeah.
like the king. You
He
know, and
is.
there's like, you know, I forgot, it's not Jesus.
He's the closest thing to the
John Smith.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Or something like that.
to the prophet. I think that's what they
John
call
Smith is
it.
like
It's
the
their
when you're-
Muhammad,
when you're
basically.
doing like an application. There's like the
There's
names
John
on it.
Hancock.
But yeah, no, like I feel like he represents the very toxic side of that, where
Yeah.
it's like he feels like because he is the man and he is married, that like
He has
she has to
control.
do whatever he wants. He dictates what his life is going to be, what her life's going to be, what their kids' life's going to be, and all that stuff. And it's not okay. Like I don't know. I feel like that at that point you're not taking part in Mormonism the correct way. Like it's almost used to just give yourself power.
Yeah.
Versus like a belief system.
Yeah, like for a lot of relationships, the dynamic is generally like, oh, the male is the one on top who makes decisions, blah blah blah, and the woman supports. And like, if that's the contract that you and your wife sign, and you're both happy, and that's the life you like to live, God bless. Like, do whatever you're gonna do. But for me, I feel like that's just it takes it. I feel like it should be two people supporting each other, picking up the slack where the other person drops the ball. Like it should just be a constant back and
It's
forth.
a
It should never
teamwork.
be like a one person's on top while this person's supporting.
It's the boss and the assistant
Exactly.
manager.
Like it should be like I'll make a decision on this, but I'll always have your input on whether or not that's the right decision. It's just I don't know. I just feel like that's so much healthier of a dynamic between two people, because then When it's not that, it's just like, it's I get the final say on everything. Like you can say what you want, but no matter what, we're gonna do what I want to do.
Because all that does is just make the person who's like second in command just feel like they're never heard.
Yeah,
and that's never a good feeling.
Right. And what I found interesting is I believe in the end, I think it was when she was having a conversation with all the girls and she was saying how she finally found her voice and she's finally using it and like it's causing some issues. And it's like, why is that causing issues in your relationship? Like your partner should be supportive of you finding your voice. And like, although it may be rough in the beginning and there may be some miscommunication, like I feel like he doesn't want her to be herself. He wants her to be what he has created in his mind. And like whenever she strays out from that, he's like, no, get back in your little box. And like she's like, now I feel like she's starting to, or at least in the show it seems like she was starting to kind of open out of that box. But I wonder if now with them like moving to New York, him being in residency, her potentially not being on season 2 of the show, if now she's gonna kind of revert back to who she used to be, or more so like how him and his family are.
I think she also babies him, and I think that's the problem is that, like, when he does something wrong, she doesn't, like, call him out on it. It's very just, like, no, like, he doesn't understand, or, like, you know, I'm talking with him, and, like, now we're kind of getting there. It's like, he's not a child. Like, he's a grown man. Like, I'm sorry.
The biggest red flag for me was after the Chippendales debacle, and she left the house and then came back, and then they're like, oh, like, how did everything go? And she's like, oh my God, we so needed that conversation.
Yeah.
Everything's as best as it possibly could be. As soon as she started saying that, I was like, no. That was
even
not,
before that, her just disappearing.
Yeah, that
for
like,
that long, where your friends don't know where you are, like that's not okay.
Yeah,
you that shouldn't be allowed. Like, at least just check in with them. But like, I also was like, is she dead? Like,
like
it's not. I don't know, because he. Like everyone was saying, I think Jesse was saying, like, I don't want to like say he's like this, but like I've seen these kind of cases and things, and like I got the same vibe.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like
he seems
it
like the
does
type
give
to
red
blow up
flags.
and just kill her or
scary.
something.
I think I don't know. I feel like their need for control and power, like it's very evident through some of the men. Like I would definitely won't say all of the men, because like there are some of the men that are very like more chill, more modern, like more
Jordan.
relaxed. But like he, out of the husbands, is like the villain for sure.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Since you brought him up, that man looks like Robert Pattinson at that one scene.
I will say,
Put the picture.
I will say Connor knows how to make an entrance.
Yeah, but I'm not the biggest fan of Jen's husband. What's his name again?
Zach.
That's all he is now.
Zach.
Honestly, I forgot his name for a second.
Jen Affleck.
Still deserves no
I
name.
think
Jen
that
Affleck.
like he's such a
sorry.
weirdo, and I also think it's like, I guess like clout chasey for him to be like, oh, I'm a Ben Affleck's second cousin. It's like, shut up, bro. And like people were like not people, but like sources were saying afterwards that like he's not actually his second cousin, and like it's just BS. So like I don't know what the truth is,
Ben,
but
we
like
need to
I'm
know.
curious, right?
Ben, get on the podcast so we can talk about this.
Yeah.
Right, for real. But yeah, he's definitely the worst. He's the worst of the worst.
I do. My favorite scene, I think, throughout the whole thing was the Trauma Olympics. At least that's the one that I think back to all the time. That was
talk
really
about
funny.
So people know what we're talking about.
So during the show, Whitney had shared a very heart-wrenching story about how her husband Connor had had basically cheated on her, and how that affected her, and that was very sad.
It's very sad.
And then Taylor stepped up and said, "By the way, everyone, I think I had a miscarriage."
Yep. I do want to know though, was that
Cinema?
Yeah.
No,
I'll tell you
first
that
it
much.
was I was pregnant. Then I had
I
a
was
miscarriage.
pregnant,
It
and then I had a
wasn't. I had a miscarriage. It was
No, I think it was
guys,
it
I'm
was a
pregnant.
miscarriage, and then like I'm pregnant now.
No, she
no,
wasn't
it was.
pregnant yet.
I think I might be
Okay.
pregnant, but it was a miscarriage.
Yup.
It was like some verbiage of the sense. It was very like, I don't know. I think it was like definitely wrong place, wrong time. Like I get you're confiding in your girls and you want to say something, but it's like girly, read the damn room. Like, Whitney just said what she said. Clearly, I'm assuming there was more that was said than what was aired on TV. But, like, she just said all
Grinder.
that.
That's what was said that wasn't aired.
I mean,
it's Tinder, bro.
but like, you know, how are you gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, just kidding, I was pregnant and then I miscarried"? Like, girly, let it be about Whitney for a minute.
at
Like,
that
I don't
point,
even like her, but let it be about her for just 1 second.
I was still kind of on Winnie's side when that stuff happened because I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was messed
Damn,
up.
you just shared this. She's like, hey, guess what? I know I already
It's
had drama
about me
just
now.
like end. I want to talk about this now.
Yeah.
But I do want to know, like, is that how it happened or was it edited
It's
that
edited
way?
that
Because,
way,
like,
yeah.
was
I'm
there
sure
any
there was
conversation after the Connor thing and then, like,
Yeah.
10, 20 minutes goes by and then, like, Taylor's like, hey, like, also, like, this happened?
Well,
Or is it like, hey, my husband basically cheated on me. By the way, I had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Right,
know.
Yeah.
Based.
It's
No,
just-
that was hilarious. It was that moment where I was like, I think this is going to be a really good show. I think it's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
I was like, what is happening here? Like, what are we watching?
I do want to say, every time Whitney cried, I don't think I saw like actual tears
No,
ever.
no.
She just turned
No.
really red.
Yeah.
She turned red and she rubbed her face to
Yeah.
make it look like she was crying.
Like, I don't know.
No, Whitney
No.
was. Oh my god, Whitney is so like. One, she looks like Ashley Johnson.
Yo, chill.
Don't do
Relax.
Ashley Johnson like that,
Relax.
I need the world to know that.
No.
I realized
associate
because we
them.
watched a few episodes all together, and I realized it then. So I just need the world to know that. But Whitney, she did a lot of silly things, a lot of silly goose. That Whitney,
Yep.
very attention seeky, very like
Her behaviors were annoying.
I did this thing and no one said anything. It's like, just stop, please. No, I will say during Macy's big job party thing that
Oh,
Whitney
yeah.
didn't go to. First
Yep.
of all,
That's
the
fucked
fuck?
up. That's your best
She was
friend,
still
bro.
your
that's
best friend.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
And her thing is, I don't want to go. All those girls are going to be there.
Who
Like,
gives a fuck?
you're
That's
going
your
for your
best
friend.
friend.
Like the Taylor baby shower thing was already crazy enough, but you wanted to make a statement, so
and she did.
She
whatever.
wanted it to be about her, which is, I feel like, a theme with Whitney.
and nobody messaged me about it.
Right.
Also, like, that
That's
whole
why
thing
she
is,
left the group chat.
she didn't go to Macy's thing. But then she goes to Michaela's
To
birthday
Michaela's
party.
birthday.
That
Wasn't
pissed
she's
me
not
off.
even friends with,
Yeah.
wasn't invited with. And Michaela there was before I was like, I don't fuck with her. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't at that point, like, why you just showed up to once again make a statement.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
She
just to talk to
makes
Macy
every
too.
event
Yeah.
about
It's not even
herself.
Macy's event.
like just
and-
go to Macy's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, and then, so during the Macy event, when Jesse was like, "Oh my God, how about if when the clock strikes
Yeah.
0, we
Yeah.
all unfollow her?"
This
I
was
was
kind of
like,
based.
I was like, well, based, but also I was like,
It's a little,
I was like,
messy.
all right,
It's messy.
It's high school.
we're really making a fucking,
Oh, yeah.
we're making a
It's for
statement
sure
here.
high school.
Okay,
It's
we're
like,
really
all right, girl.
Yeah.
like at first I was like, just fuck it, just unfollow her. Don't make this big
No,
deal. But then I
Nah,
was
bro,
like,
it's on TV. You gotta
It
make it look
has
good.
to be a
I was
statement.
like, well, for my entertainment though.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Yeah, Whitney, look, you listening? I understand where some of your frustrations come from, but you just, I feel like a lot of it is just like, I wanted to be.
It's giving pick me, honestly. It's giving pick me a lot because you make everything about you.
Yeah.
You made Taylor's baby shower about you because you didn't show up and you were the talk the whole entire time because you knew that would happen. You didn't show up to your best friend's event, which made it about you because that's your best friend. Why the fuck wouldn't you be at her event? Duh. Fucking, what was it? Michaela's birthday. You were not invited and you still showed up and you made it about you. Like, how many more times do we have to show you you're making everything
No.
about you?
You just reminded me when they're at the first like girls' night and they're all wearing their matching PJs and they're doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Whitney is talking to Taylor about the stuff that was, or no, to me about the stuff that was said, and like Demi's calling her out, and then she steps off into the room with Macy, and she's like, "Why didn't you stick up for me?
Yeah.
Why didn't you take my side?" I was like,
No,
"Whoa,
not
whoa,
even
whoa! Why didn't you
that.
take your side?" Like,
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Why you bring
no,
me into
go
this?
do your
No,
thing.
I don't mean to call you a hoe.
No,
go ahead. This was before that, so
And
go
that's
ahead.
Macy being like, why are you bringing me into this?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but basically, just
Beautiful.
It was not cool. It was very weird. I don't know.
Cinema.
Cinema.
What pissed me off the most was, which actually you made me think of it, was when Taylor and Demi were talking and Whitney was fucking in the back, hee ha ha, like joking, laughing, had a big ass smile on her face, like. But then when the roles were reversed and Demi was talking to her, like Taylor didn't make any jokes, Taylor didn't make any faces, like Taylor was just serious. But like when it's the other way around, you want to be like, oh ha ha, like literally, like she was acting like a child. It pissed me off so bad. Like you literally, the cameras kept cutting to her and you could see her laughing, joking, like she thought it was the funniest shit in the world that these two girls were fighting with each other right now. But then when it comes to her, like she's crying, she has everybody that is coming to her, everybody's wondering if she's okay, poor Whitney, like no.
I love that Whitney's first move ever is I need to abscond away to a faraway place.
It's
I need control
until the heat dies down.
I need to take control of the situation.
With,
is what she
with
says.
the baby TikTok, she went to Hawaii.
Yeah, for
And I
4
was
months.
like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But then during all this, she's like, I think I want to go live on a farm. Like, why are you trying to just like run away from these? But also, now that we're talking about the baby thing,
Oy.
What baby thing?
Dance.
why would you do that?
Oh yes,
We have a legendary video in history
Yeah.
that's almost that exact. Editor, play the clip.
Don't you give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you. Let me love you. Don't you give up, nah, nah, nah. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Let me love you.
Anyways, now the clips are done. We have the example of what not to do. Don't TikTok. Well, I guess at that time it was musically. Don't musically dance and sing next to a person in the hospital that is a relative that may or may not be dying. Why on earth? When the clip started in the show, I was like, okay. She's just going to be talking about the thing that her child is going through that's beautiful. It's probably helps her, and it gets some awareness around. Then all of the sudden, I see her.
Yeah.
And the thing is I feel like I'm clairvoyant because right before all that happened, I was like, it would be hilarious if she started dancing in the video. But that's not going to happen, obviously, because her child is going through a very serious medical procedure. So she won't dance, but that would be really funny. And then I saw her dancing, and I was like, why? What would possess you to do that? I understand that mom talk, I guess,
Fame.
is just all you guys dancing, and that's it.
Fame and notoriety.
I
But
thought she.
well, I guess it ended up being infamy because
Well, her
she
thing was he was getting better, so I did it to like, you know,
It was a
for
fun
good
little
vibes.
dance.
Like,
No.
hospital. Do that one at home.
yeah,
or something.
do it when he's discharged, not
Yeah.
like
Make him do the dance. Like why would in the hospital room? Whitney, get a grip.
She did that, but then she like kind of blamed Demi somehow for it, and I'm like, what
Word?
is Demi's connection to this?
What?
Yeah, during
I don't
that
even
whole
remember
thing
that.
when they're like talking
Well,
about it,
she
was like
blamed
taking
Demi
it out.
because Demi said that they did ketamine together, and after the ketamine session, Whitney told Demi that she did the video for like clout and followers.
I don't
she
even
did say
remember that.
too.
Yeah, that's what they
That's what it
said.
was, yeah.
That was like the famous line, Whitney and I did ketamine. That's like what starts the story of like her explaining that when they were coming down from ketamine, like I guess you feel a lot of heightened emotions and it's like trauma healing or whatever.
Which
and-
after we talk about this, I want to talk about the ketamine stuff.
Right, right. Which it's like
Which
trauma
are fucking
healing for
ketamines.
them. But that's when Demi said, like, Whitney told me straight up
Yeah.
that she posted that video for clout and followers. Like,
But no, I thought she was
Based?
arguing with her the night before when they were all talking about their. When they did like that, the box
they
with
were-
the things. She was coming at Demi
Oh.
when the RSV thing was brought up because like I don't know what the involvement was, but she was like pissed at her. And I'm like, what is?
Yeah,
she
I'm not
didn't record
sure.
that video. She didn't dance in front of her like potentially dying baby. Like
I'm
I
pretty
don't-
sure she was pissed at Demi for bringing it back up. But I know she was pissed at Taylor because Taylor got
No,
like
that's
Yeah,
another thing. She
quicker,
ran on Taylor for
like,
no reason.
forgiveness
Her being a
than
jealous
she did.
clout demon, talk about some. I feel like Taylor didn't get in trouble as much
Yeah.
as I did for the baby video.
Yeah.
What does that have
Shut
to
the
do?
hell up.
Like, what does that have to do with anything?
What are you talking about? Shut
The
I
fans
think-
didn't get upset at her as much as they
Yeah.
did me.
Yeah, I think that's why she was pissed at Demi because I think Demi might have said something.
Yeah, but like sorry, the things you do, especially on the internet, they stay with you forever.
Yeah. Shit. And now that like the show I feel like is popular and people are talking about it, like I know I myself have seen so many people just making fun of her video and like doing their own little renditions of it. You know? We'll be on the lookout on Dubois
somebody do
TikTok.
something to get in the hospital real quick.
Oh goodness. But like I think like she kind of got what she wanted in the end, and she just kind of played it off like, oh, like I got all this hate, but it's like, girly, you got what you wanted, but it didn't turn out like you thought it would, and now people don't like you for what you did, and now you have to deal with the consequences. But that's on you.
Oh my, Whitney, you're wonderful. Keep being you. Whitney.
I wonder if she's really gonna be in season 2, given all this stuff.
So from what I've seen, I don't know if it's like just today, but I've seen the girls have posted about season 2 being confirmed, and they showed all of them except for Jen and Whitney. But like they put Jen's name and then 2 dots, and then they didn't show her, and then they put
no
Whitney's name and 2 dots. But like for the other girls, they showed all their names and their faces. So I'm wondering if they're like waiting until last
gonna cut
minute.
to
They're
Jen
not
in New
sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm wondering, because last I saw was that they moved to New York for his residency.
I already know what it's going to be. They're going to do a single thing where they cut to Jen in New York. She'd be like, yeah, I'm so glad we made the move.
Yeah.
We're so happy.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
He's
Great for
going.
us.
He's doing his residency. We're happy now that we're separated from all the drama, blah, blah, blah.
Yup.
And we couldn't. This is the best thing that could have happened to us. Mark my fucking words. I promise you that's what it's going to be like.
I think for sure.
And if I'm wrong, goody for me. It's a win-win.
I want to talk about briefly obviously there are things that Mormons aren't supposed to do. And
Like
a lot of
alcohol?
these women have done those things,
Based.
but then they continue to be like, yeah, well, like, you shouldn't really be doing these things. And like, you know, Mormonism doesn't really like, they're not okay with that. But one, the ketamine thing. I know that some people use it for therapy and things. I need to see proof that these women need it
Oh,
for
wait,
for a medical reason.
Sorry, was that the scene where they were like huffing gas?
No, that's something different.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking
That
about
was
that too.
Botox.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, so
The laughing
that's
gas.
No,
ketamine.
Denise
I don't
says it
have
in her confession.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if there's any legit reason. I need to see something that says that they should be doing ketamine, because it's not something that you should just be doing, like just to do. The other thing is the laughing gas. When they're going to get Botox, what doctor in any room is giving the patient
A Utah Mormon
the
doctor.
laughing gas to administer themselves? And they're hitting it. They're
Yeah.
hitting it like it's like a
Like
joint,
it's
like it's
They're hitting it like it's a
this is
vape.
not. This is and like I don't
There's
know.
got to be medical malpractice.
They were just like, and then like chill, talk for a bit,
Yeah.
like that. Come on, like
Dude,
there's
maybe-
that is
Kinda
that is
cool, though.
Drug like, yeah, but like,
I
dude,
don't-
maybe we got to go to Utah, dude. It's like it's the Wild West out there. They got soda shops still.
They're
True.
sweet.
still, and like it's another thing where I'm
Should
like,
look
once
kinda cool.
again,
I'd fuck that blood. See, that's everyone's always like, you got to go to bars if you want to meet girls. That's the kind of bar I'd go to.
Yes,
Soda bar.
yes, sir.
Soda bar.
but yeah, like the whole when I mentioned earlier, with the having the baby out of wedlock thing, like it still should technically count. Like,
Well,
you broke the rule.
yeah.
you're over here doing laughing gas. Is that not like a drug?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
but
how
like
is that okay?
Botox is fine.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing is like they're like, oh my god, Taylor was a swinger. Oh my god,
She was
how,
a soft
Yeah.
swinger.
how terrible. Oh my god. Meanwhile,
Let me hit
they
this laughing
all
gas.
they some of them probably have tattoos. They all have like plastic surgery, which there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but I
don't know.
can't imagine if
Yeah.
tattoos are against the Mormon code. And I feel like that's the same principle.
Yeah.
It's anything that's addicting. So I mean, plastic surgery could be considered
So yeah.
addicting.
So and they do ketamine apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hit laughing gas for funsies.
But yeah,
Some of them
it was like a
drink.
Botox party.
Yeah.
Like and they all had
Yeah.
appointments
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
sat together,
Yeah.
just, like swapped in the chairs to just take the laughing gas. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just stuff like that I'm watching, and I'm like, this makes no sense to me. Because then in that same scene in their confessional, they're like, it's against Mormonism to like do drugs,
Yeah, you're
to
not
gamble,
supposed to
to
do
drink,
this.
Yeah.
You're
to
not
do all these
supposed to do
things.
that.
All that shit happened. I watched y'all do it. He watched y'all do it.
Right. It's like, make it make sense, y'all.
So yeah, I just wanted to touch up on that because I boggles my mind every time it came on scene.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's like, how? And like Zach and his whole gambling thing, like he very much wants his wife to just listen to him and do what he wants.
He can
But
break
yet
the rules.
he also wants he wants to be able to like bend the rules to his liking.
Yep.
And it's like, bro, that's not how it works.
It is to him.
No. It's not
Toxic
how it works.
masculinity.
Yeah, I hate him. I just want to throw a rock in his
Same.
face. Shut him up forever.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, there's something I was going to say. What were we just talking about?
Talking about soda shops,
Soda shops.
or soda
Swing.
bars, drugs.
Oh, yes.
Plastic
Now I
surgery.
remember. What's worse? Let's take a consensus.
Oh,
What's
bad.
worse?
Bad.
Okay.
Soft swinging, or dancing with your
Dancing with your sick baby in
with
the
your
hospital.
sick baby in the hospital. What do we think is worse?
I stand on that. Dancing with your sick baby in the hospital for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like, in terms of morals, definitely dancing with your baby.
Yeah.
As bad as that
I
sounds.
feel like
'cause,
that's. I feel like out of the two, that's probably the most inappropriate.
Yeah.
yeah.
At the very least, the swinging.
Because that's a
Because, like,
consensual
yeah,
thing.
It's consensual.
That's a
consensual
behind closed
thing.
doors
Yeah.
thing. It just happened to come out.
I
but,
would
like,
never want to 20 years later find out that my mom was dancing while I was potentially dying in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, what was going through your
Yeah.
head during
Right.
that?
What do I mean to you?
It's like, what were you
And
thinking?
then, no, I didn't even know that she straight up admitted that it
Yeah,
was
like
for
I did for
clout.
clout.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, it
That's
was
what Demi said.
during.
Demi said that Whitney told her that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Whitney was like, yeah, I did it for clout.
Yeah.
I'm like 99% positive it was the episode where they went on the trip and they were all wearing the same like
Yeah,
black
because
outfits.
it was
I'm
while
pretty
she was
sure.
talking to Taylor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that-
one of the
that trip.
confessionals,
If I could-
like in between that.
If I could tattoo that entire episode on my body.
Messy, messy.
Best episode of television I think I've ever seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And just the best episode of that season. Oh, it was so beautiful. As soon as the Truth Box came out, I was like, oh, dude, I've seen Love
Wow.
Island.
But
I've seen Love Island. I know how this works.
Everyone was like, this is a terrible idea. This is bad. I was like,
Yeah.
damn. I was like, let's not
But
shit on
they
it
were
yet. Like,
messy.
shit.
No,
Like
but
it's a terrible idea, but y'all are asking messy questions.
That's the
So
thing.
like
It's
y'all
my
are being
understanding that
messy.
they're the ones who put the questions
Yes,
in there, right?
because at first
Yes.
I thought otherwise.
How are you going to like be like, oh my god, this is going to be a disaster, and then write disaster-provoking questions
Right,
to
it's
put
like
in there?
this is going to be a disaster, but I'm not going to write anything nicer of kindness. I'm going to write all
Didn't
drama
Demi
stuff.
called Taylor white trash?
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, okay.
like, what the
that's more of
fuck?
a like clarifying.
Like,
that's more of a
Taylor,
statement.
Damn.
what would you
Yeah.
do if you found out if Dakota actually slept
Yeah,
with Jen?
low-key.
Right,
I wonder
like,
who
those
wrote
are
that
Yeah,
horrible
low-key.
questions.
BC.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
She 100%
That was her
wrote
testing
that.
the waters.
Yeah.
Being like, should I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Taylor's
Whenever-
like 100%. I'll leave
Yeah.
him right now.
Yeah. Whenever Macy was like, yeah, no, like this confessional like happened like a month ago. It's like, damn, a month? You've been sitting on this for like a month? I was like, all right, but hey, I get it. It's hard to broach the subject.
Especially
Yeah,
with
it's, like,
Taylor
tough.
being pregnant.
And because she's technically in that month was coming to Taylor and like trying to talk about Dakota and how
Yeah.
she feels about him, and Taylor was kind of making excuses like, you know, I'm also a problem. And it's like, yes, and I'm glad you can admit that, but you are not the problem. It
Yeah.
is a two-way street.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I also think for Macy, it might be that she didn't want it to seem like I'm just making this up because like I don't like you and Dakota together.
Yeah.
Which I feel like Taylor may at first think like she's just making this up because she doesn't want to see us together. It's not
Based.
true, blah 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 blah. But like it's factual, really. Well, maybe.
I just remember
Allegedly
also.
factual.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we'll find out season 2.
Also, not
Well, they're not
allegedly.
together.
Yeah, I know that part.
Yeah. Not allegedly. Dakota was really on some broke boy energy whenever he pulled up to the photo
I
shoot.
was
and
gonna
like,
talk about
hey,
that.
Actually,
Yes, I was
God.
about to talk
That
about
was
that.
so-
Hey, y'all got more film left? Or like, what y'all doing
Like,
with that?
takes his shirt
I
off.
don't-
Like, what are you
yeah.
doing?
That was
No,
so
when he took his shirt
annoying.
off, I was like, what are we?
Bro, you're doing too much.
Like
I
she
was-
has her belly out. He's like, I gotta be half
I
naked
gotta-
too.
Yeah.
I gotta join
Yeah.
her.
Fucking put that motherfucking thing away, man.
Yeah.
The fact that he
Shorties was
like,
like, hold
yeah, just like took over.
I know, like I feel like in his mind, he's like, oh, this is cute. Like I want to take pictures with my pregnant like girlfriend. Like it's such a cute thing. But it's like,
It's not
sorry,
the
if you booked an appointment and did
Yeah.
this, it'd be cute.
Yeah.
But you are now like coming to an event that you
Yeah.
were invited to.
True.
First of all.
Yeah.
And now like you're making it about yourself
Yeah,
when it's just
commandeering
supposed to
the-
be a
yeah.
photo shoot for your girl.
Yeah. Not even
For her friend.
Yeah, I was gonna
well, like
say,
it's for
yeah.
her. She's doing it for
Yeah.
her friend's brand.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
that was crazy. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Dude, the show is so good.
I was like,
Oh
"Ain't
my
no way."
God. Yeah.
I was like, "The audacity is crazy."
After watching this whole thing, I was like, I did not know that Mormons could be so messy.
Facts.
I didn't-
It was crazy.
Also, I won't lie. The more I looked at Dakota throughout the season, I was like, he kind of do like Jake Gyllenhaal. I can't lie to you. He kind of look like that. He kind of look like that.
I
dude.
can
I
see
think
it.
it's
It also kind of like sounds like him a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's like the scruffy brown
beard,
hair.
Yeah.
Like
they have
some
like
pieces
similar
of his
like
face are also.
like
I
face
think it's
ratio.
more so
maybe?
like his
yeah.
jawline, his facial structure is
Yeah.
similar-ish.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
If
I
you
don't like
told
him,
me they
though.
were cousins, I'd believe you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he
Unlike
is.
fucking.
Dakota Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
I was gonna
they
say
never said
unlike
his
Ben
last-
and
they never
Zach.
said his last
They
name.
never
I don't
said-
He
think.
doesn't
Yeah.
need to use it for clout like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like Jen Affleck's husband has
Yeah.
to.
Not even really his cousin. That's crazy, bro.
Was there anything else?
Supposedly.
Was there anything else we
Supposedly.
wanted to broach?
I think I touched on the
think
big
that
things that
was
were
all of
sticking
it
out
for
to
now.
me.
If it is the end, I just want to say, please watch
Yeah.
this show. I need
Yeah.
13 seasons
It-
directly
yeah.
in my veins right now.
If you like drama in any
Oh,
sense, this
dude.
is the show for you.
Oh
True.
my god!
And it's perfect drama because it's like no one's like fist fighting or doing anything like that, but they are being
Yeah.
very, very
It's-
catty with
oh,
each other.
yeah.
it's
It's
the
so
best.
messy.
They're just talking shit, and then the shit comes to light. Oh, it's beautiful.
True.
Oh, I do want to bring this up with Connor and Whitney. Like when she leaves the group chat,
The group
they're
chat.
talking about something. Oh yeah, every time they mention the group chat, they had to do like
The
their
way-
little transition.
Oh,
Whitney
yeah,
loved it,
that's
Funny.
That
I
was
like,
so like.
the first time I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Second time I was like, oh, we did that again. Third time I was like,
Like, oh, this
Yeah,
gotta be
because
funny.
you
This
have
gotta
to
be funny.
know that
Yeah.
she left the group chat. Okay, you have to know she's no longer in the group chat.
Yeah, I forgot what they're talking about. And he like totally forgot that she did like left the group chat. Like,
Oh
she had
my
to- she
God,
had to tell him.
yes.
But then later on, they're talking about something else, and she says something. He's like, "But you left the group
Yeah, so
chat."
you know the group chat, didn't you?
Yes, yes.
I was like,
hell
talk
yeah.
about it.
Honestly,
Yeah. Oh, she was
right.
like, "Oh, I didn't get an invite or something."
Yeah,
he's like,
you left the group
"You
chat.
left the
He's
group
like,
chat."
yeah, is it because you left the group chat?
Yeah. I
He's
was
like, that's where they would send it.
gagged.
Right?
Oh, I just, oh,
Yeah,
get
I was like,
absolutely
let's go,
mobbed.
Connor.
Oh my
Facts.
god.
Also, next season, no more horse butt shots of it.
Yeah, why
actively.
the fuck?
I was like, I didn't
Why
need to see
did
that.
you show
I
me
need to
that?
see that. I didn't need to
What
see
was-
that.
just because they were looking at it doesn't mean that
We
I
had
need to.
Yeah, I was like,
I
what
don't
the
need to
hell?
know how horses poop. I don't
Yeah.
need to. I didn't need to see all
Yeah,
that.
no, that was crazy.
I was like, whoa
Yeah.
there, cowboy.
I was
Yeah.
fine because animal
Oh,
science.
true.
too.
That's-
yeah.
I've seen way
He's
worse.
like,
but
I
I was
does
like,
this shit.
I also was like, why are we showing this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because it was like in the preview of the previous episode too, and I was
right.
like, what the fuck?
That could have
Like,
just been like during the scene. You
Yeah.
didn't have to preview
That's
it
what I was- I
and
was
show
like,
it.
what the
Also,
hell?
listen, this is my ignorance, okay? But
Oh.
whenever the lady was like, "Yeah, but it's only like an hour and a half a day's
I
work,"
was
I was
like,
like,
word?
"Damn, y'all ain't doing shit on the farm."
Yeah,
then,
look,
huh?"
No, that, when she said that, I was like, she's
I was like,
fucking
what?
lying. Like
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
she's
true.
I was like, hour and a half.
It is.
That's because you have the workers doing the rest of it, huh?
That's true.
If you got like
Probably.
a one pig and a horse, sure, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you have a full farmstead, it's not
Yeah.
taking you an hour and a half to do
Yeah.
everything.
That's back in the day. All they had to do was farm and freak it. So you know, it makes sense. They had a hell of a time.
Yeah,
Farm and freak
true.
had a hell of a time. My one closing thing is the opening song didn't have to go as hard as it did. I was like, every time it went, I was shaking. What? I was shaking butt. Don't lie.
Low key, all I'm saying is, if I was able to find 4 blue trench coats, I was gonna have us recreate the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
hell
would
yeah.
happily.
What did I
Hell
have?
yeah.
Say
Yeah.
less. You know what's crazy? We just got trench coats in at work, but none of them are blue. Dang. Perfect.
My
blue.
closing. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I
I'll
was
let
saying
you
in blue
finish.
contacts because they all like. No, whenever you said the whole like they like
yeah.
all like look kind of they're all built kind of
They all
similar.
look
I was
like
like,
the same,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't know, but then like the more like they kept having their like what do you call them like testimonials, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, they're like
It wasn't
Yeah.
until
No
I
way.
started falling in love with some of them that I was able to like really recognize them.
yeah.
They
But
were all just the same.
the thing
person.
is, like Michaela from like normal stuff in the show to her confessional looked like an entirely different
Yeah.
person.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because she has a skin condition, and I know that she said during filming season 1 that it flared up a lot, so she was kind of like in the back often. Which I mean, I guess
Yeah, I
why
get
she was
that.
made like
Yeah.
a lesser character, but like when they do their confessionals, she's full glam, so
Yeah.
you can
Okay,
kind of
that's
tell
fair.
a little bit sometimes, but you can't really tell that she has a skin condition.
Yeah.
My closing statement is Whitney sucks.
Period.
Taylor sucks a little bit, but like I kind of get her kind of now.
Yeah.
Period.
Demi's a boss bitch.
Yeah.
Can I
That's
say
what
that?
you wanted to say earlier.
No.
What, say boss bitch?
Yeah.
I think that's
Not
fine.
in an offensive way.
Yeah, no, it's not derogatory.
With love.
Who else?
yeah.
You know, Jessie kind of grew on me a bit. I was not really like feeling her in the
Same.
beginning, but like
Yeah.
as she was kind of, if in order to get me to like you, you kind of have to just make jokes
Yeah.
that just come out of nowhere, especially in your confessionals.
True.
You'll get me on your side at some point. She's funny. Jen, leave your husband.
True.
Live your life.
And live with your boy. Not live with your boy. Get to know your boy. And then eventually we could see where that goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, Jen Affleck, I'll become a house husband. I'll change my name to Shawn Affleck. I don't mind.
Yeah, you can still be the provider for for him.
Yeah.
He'll provide it for the home.
And I won't gamble your money away.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And I'll
see?
also actually help take care of the kids.
And I'll let you go to Chippendales and I won't make you feel bad about it.
Facts. No, actually, hold on. Sorry, I lied. That was my closing statement. So, Jesse, I appreciate. That's what I was gonna say earlier. I appreciate her planning the trip, because that's cool. You know what I mean? A friend being like, "Hey, you're single now. It's your birthday. We can go out." I will say her actively planning an activity that most of them wouldn't like, or
Know your
most of their
audience.
Fair.
Yeah.
That I will say.
I
I was
said
a
the
little bit
same
like
thing.
Jesse. You know what you're
Yeah.
doing. Come on.
Well, yeah, and then she's
But-
like, I don't get why their
Yeah,
husbands
what?
wouldn't be okay with it.
Base.
As she says, like before, like Zach's a terrible, like
Yeah.
control.
Look,
It's like, baby girl, you
Look
know
here.
why their husbands wouldn't be okay with it.
Even I lie.
You know these men.
Like I could understand her not fully like knowing Dakota's side because he's,
Yeah.
he's a new dude. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
barely
New dude.
know him, and like Taylor is very like open to trying new things. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
But Jen, I was like, you're inviting her knowing that her man,
Yeah,
It's
it's
not-
crazy,
kind of
bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
know your
Yeah,
audience.
but like not like I wasn't like, what the hell? I was just like,
Yeah.
unfortunate, but
Yeah.
but
It was the kind of claiming ignorance that was it for me. I was
It's
like,
like,
yeah, I was like,
know what
yeah,
you're
you know,
doing,
you're
Yeah.
playing games, yeah.
yeah.
But
You know
it
what
looked
you're
like it was cool. I won't lie to you.
Oh.
All I'm saying is, if my shorty,
Oh, did Chippendales look like it was cool to you?
they had a good time. Okay, anyway, if my shorty was like, "Hey, I'm going to a Chippendale show," I'd be like, "Hey,
Hey, we
that's
know
cool.
together for
Let's
his
have fun.
birthday this
Have fun." All I'm saying, because I didn't realize that they like showed butt and everything, so I was like, "Oh,
They were showing
They
dick.
show
it's a-
everything.
it's a
Oh,
strip
word?
club.
Strip club.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh shit."
Be showing
They can't
dick,
show
balls.
that on TV,
Oh,
but
shit.
they
Hole.
show like everything.
Hole.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Never mind.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll take back what I was about to say.
You'd be like, I want to go.
No, I was
my
gonna
wife
be like,
going.
I was gonna be like, I don't care if she goes, like, because whenever like if she can grab some butt, whatever, as long as she not put some oil on it, whatever, as long as you're not wilding. But you got pee pee in the face. That's that's crazy.
That's where the line's drawn.
I say this as somebody who I really have no interest in going to a strip club like whatsoever. I would
Same.
never like unless like a friend of mine was like, "Oh, come on, man, like come on." I'd be like, I try to talk him out of it, but I would do it if necessary. I don't want to.
You'd be a Chippendale guy.
Not see.
No,
If I
You're
got my
so-
body right,
You're
yes.
if I got my body right,
Yeah.
I would start stripping tomorrow. Are you kidding me? If I was in that type of shape
Yes,
with
sir.
that kind of penis, you best believe.
Kind of.
Anyways, you took me off.
Sorry,
the
I'm
trail.
sorry.
I'm not a strip club guy. I would feel uncomfortable. If my shorty wants to go to a strip club, I don't fucking care. Like, just come.
Yeah.
Just do it. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
And like, don't let me know the details because then I might start to feel a little scared. You're like, what do you mean? What do you mean his chest was hard? What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean?
What else was?
What else was hard? His butt cheeks? I might get a little scared. But if you want to go, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Layla, stay unproblematic. Keep,
True,
keep
please.
doing you. Keep living your life.
Yeah.
You're too young to be like not living your life.
Facts.
Michaela, just I don't know, be you.
Yeah, keep doing you.
I can't listen.
Maybe,
Michaela.
maybe be a little more present.
Yeah, bring it back season 2.
I think that's everybody.
Everybody.
I mean, all the husbands that are not Connor. He's not a husband, but I'm gonna lump him in with the rest.
Dakota.
Or sorry, Dakota, and Zach. They're okay. Connor, I don't really have anything bad to say about him, but Brett's based.
Facts.
True.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Brett's the
it for
boy.
my closing.
Well, as long as we have no further questions, comments, or concerns, I guess that is our episode today. Thank you guys always for tuning in every Thursday. You know where to catch us. As always, we are the
Boys.
We love you, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Bye.